What's up, everybody? Mike Lindsley back with you for an ML Sports Take. It's all brought to you by Rosie's Corner, Brewerton Ace Hardware, and our great friends at Elevate Fitness of Syracuse. You know, this is the exact Yankee team that I expected. Predicting it in the beginning of the year. I was riding the wave with the record start and all that sort of thing. I was riding it, but in the back of my mind, I knew that they were going to show their true colors. And certainly here we are as we move into the middle of August. It's an injured team. A lot of the things the last 5 years, by the way, they're just kind of, returning to this team that they didn't have earlier in the year. They were healthy in there earlier in the year. The starting pitching was going deep. Teams weren't figuring out Nestor Cortez and others. Well, guess what? Now we're into mid-August. You've got shorter starts by the starting pitchers, figuring guys out, with the shorter stints and Garrett Cole not being an ace and all those things that are kind of coming together. That means that now the bullpen is taxed, where you can't use in a 9-inning game, let's say Abreu and Peralta, and then you come right back with, King and Holmes, and that leads me to the next thing. Michael King is out for the year. Injury. Giancarlo Stanton, where's he? I mean, there's a lot of people, Yankee Twitter. There's nothing worse on Twitter than Yankee Twitter. And people are, screaming for Giancarlo Stanton, as the best player on the team and one of the great, unbelievable players in baseball. The guy's never in the lineup. Now, when he's in there, we know. It's just like Aaron Judge. The impact is felt by the opposition. But he's never healthy. He's hurt yet again in a big-time stretch right now for the Yankees. Now, hopefully he can get back. Hopefully he can play in the playoffs because his playoff numbers are better than Aaron Judge's, and he actually does rise to the occasion at times. But again, he's never there. He's never in the lineup. So starting pitching has been dinged. It leads to a taxed bullpen. They've had injuries. They're doing stupid things on the base paths again. Brian Cashman at the deadline went out and got some pieces that I thought would help them. So far, not a lot of them have helped. Montas got bombed. Benintendi's been a disaster. By the way, they traded Jordan Montgomery, a lefty pitcher who's durable, who gave him innings, and it was kind of a workhorse. He was a homegrown guy. Well, guess what? Jordan Montgomery gets traded to the Cardinals for Harrison Bader, who's slightly better than Aaron Hicks in the outfield. And oh, by the way, he's in a walking boot until September. So I just don't know what the hell Brian Cashman was thinking on that one. I like the Efros acquisition from the Chicago Cubs. Side armor, a lot of control left on him. But the Yankees right now, and I know it's just recent, live in the moment type of stuff, and baseball is a long year. You go day to day, but it's really 162 games. It's a marathon, not a sprint. The reality, though, is that the Yankees are a complete disaster right now because of the many things that have haunted them because their GM and owner are clueless the last 5 years. These things are happening again, and again. Mike Lindsley with you here. It's an ML Sports Take, all brought to you by our great friends at Welch & Company Jewelers, myhottub.com, and Carvel of North Syracuse. Man, are we getting some unbelievably hot and humid weather up in the Northeast, especially in pockets of New York and Massachusetts and all the rest. Well, guess what? Get on over to my friends at Carvel of North Syracuse. If you're in and around central New York, big-time stuff there. They've got the ice cream cakes for any occasion, cones and flying saucers, and a heck of a lot more. And I do want to throw a quick tip of the cap thank you to the friends of the ML Sports Platter for their support of the podcast, as well, the Swan and Whitaker families, as well as Daryl Aber and family. Hit me on Twitter at Mike L Sports, and of course, like this video, subscribe to my channel here on YouTube, and as I always tell you, enjoy the games.